In the last MarriageTorah video, I shared a little bit about the importance of expressing anger, not suppressing it and waiting for it to get to that more explosive moment, but instead catching it earlier on while it's still in a more manageable state and it's something that we can express and communicate. And one of the sources that I mentioned around this was the Mishnah in Pirkei Avos that praises the person who is kasha lichos, difficult for them to become angry, meaning it's difficult for them to get to that explosive point because they actually express it earlier on. The Mishnah, though, then continues and says that in addition to being kasha lichos, difficult to anger, the person is also praised for being noach lirtzos, easily appeased. Again, it doesn't say here that they don't need to be appeased at all, that they don't need any apology or any relational kind of repair, but it's easy to repair the relationship with them. So what does this mean? What does it mean to be a person who is easily appeased, noach lirtzos? I think maybe what it means is the following. So in the last video, I shared that for a person to say, I'm feeling angry about something is actually incredibly healthy and incredibly positive for a relationship if they do it in a way that can be communicated. And while that's still true, there's an even better way to do it when we can. Because anger makes us difficult to appease. Because if I tell you that I'm angry with you, what that does is it puts you on the defensive. When you hear that someone's angry with you, your body gets kind of activated into a defensive stance. And so if you tell me that you're angry with me, or I tell you that I'm angry with you, now whoever it is we're talking about has become a little bit defensive, and their capacity for empathy is going to somewhat shut down. And so now it takes more work for you to try and be present with me when I'm telling you that I'm angry with you. So that doesn't make me easily appeased. That makes me kasha lirtzos, not noach lirtzos. So what does it mean to be noach lirtzos? It means that when I express my anger, I express it in a way that actually invites you into a space of empathy for me, allows you to feel caring for me. What does that sound like? Well, anger is always a secondary emotion. Anger is always in response to something else that I'm feeling underneath the anger. So I'm feeling angry because I'm feeling blank. Maybe I'm feeling inferior. Maybe I'm feeling put down. I'm feeling hurt. I'm feeling alone, rejected, betrayed, uncared for. Whatever I'm feeling in any of those kinds of more primary emotional ways. In response to that, I feel angry as a way of protecting my selfhood, protecting my space, my own identity. But if I express the anger, I've now distanced myself from you because now I've put you on the defensive. But if I express the more primary emotion, if I express that I'm feeling hurt, that I'm feeling rejected, that I'm feeling alone, that I'm feeling inferior, that doesn't put you on the defensive. If anything, it actually makes it easier for you to care about me, easier for you to be present with me. And so that's maybe what it means to be noach lirtzos, to be easily appeased, to be the type of person to talk and express my feelings, my kasha lichos, in a way that is noach lirtzos, that's easily appeased. So I catch my anger early on and I express it. That's the kasha lichos. I don't squash it, I don't suppress it and allow it to become explosive. No, I catch it early on, I'm kasha lichos. But noach lirtzos, meaning I express it in a way that actually talks about the more raw and vulnerable emotion that's underneath, because it's that emotion that gives you the capacity to actually hear me and feel what I'm feeling and care about what I'm feeling and now be there for me. Kasha lichos and noach lirtzos.